Trainers, it's time to ignite the flames of battle, as a third wave of the 7-star Kanto Trio starter raid is starting soon. Get ready to face the first ever 7-star raid Pokémon to make its return. Starting from March 13th until the 17th, Charizard, the Pokémon that has been milked the most by the Pokémon Company, will make its grand return in Black Crystal Tera raid battles with its inner Dragon type. The handy part about a rerun is that you know what to expect. Charizard won't have any stat boosting or lowering moves, although it will have some powerful damaging moves with annoying side effects. Hurricane is one of them. But no worries, these annoying side effect moves can always be countered. Hi, Jonny from Galaxy Worm here, welcome back to the universe, and get ready to blast off into the universe as we explore some Pokémon you can use in battle against the original fire-breathing dragon? Oh. Charizard will have the same stats and moves as the first Charizard that appeared in these raid crystals, but they did not mention anything about its loot, so it's uncertain if they will add Herba Mystica or not. I'm pretty sure they will include it in its reward system, but if not, then I want to ask you all one simple question. Do you really want to exchange your Venusaur or Blastoise raid crystal for a Charizard one? We will know more on March 13th whether or not it will be added to its reward system. Until then, let's dive into the Pokémon perfect for this raid battle. As mentioned before, the handy part about a rerun is that you exactly know what to expect. One of the best Pokémon in my opinion to use is Sylveon. Thanks to its Pixelate ability, it turns normal attacks into deadly fairy type moves. Furthermore, it can use Calm Mind to boost its special attack and special defense. Misty Terrain to prevent us from getting burned or confused by Hurricane. Sylveon can also cry like a baby with fake tears to make a hole into Charizard's special defense. Run Sylveon with a modest nature and allocate EVs to max special defense and max special attack. If Sylveon is an interesting Pokémon for you to use in any sort of raid battle, then you can always maximize the HP stat instead of the special defense. Teach it the moves Hyper Voice, Calm Mind, Fake Tears and Misty Terrain. Let Sylveon be Terra-type Fairy and give it the hidden ability Pixelate, and provide it with a Shell Bell health item. Don't want to rely on Misty Terrain? Then you can always provide Sylveon with the Covered Cloak health item. This item will cancel out every secondary effect used against you. But then you will have to add a move like Draining Kiss to ensure your survival. Next up we have a Pokémon that works similarly to Sylveon, Flutter Main. However, instead of the Pixelate ability and the move Hyper Voice, you will utilize the normal Paradox ability and the move Moonblast. Run Flutter Main with a modest nature and allocate EVs to max special defense and max special attack. If you have a Flutter Main laying around that you normally use in raid battles where the EVs are spread between special attack and HP, then you can use that one instead. Moves are pretty much the same. Teach it the moves Moonblast, Fake Tears, Calm Mind and Misty Terrain, while its Terra type is Fairy and its health item is a Shell Bell. Same as before, if you don't want to rely on Misty Terrain when fighting solo, then you can always give it a move Draining Kiss and a Covered Cloak instead. Now let's go over some support Pokémon perfect for this raid battle. First, we have the green Pokémon Alchemy. This Pokémon is a perfect support Pokémon. It can use its sweet tears to lower Charizard's special defense with Fake Tears. Even when Charizard's shield is up, it's not completely useless. Alchemy can decorate other Pokémon with the move Decorate, buffing their attack and special attack by 2 stages. Additionally, it can also use Misty Terrain and Light Screen to protect its allies even more. Another option is the Witch Pokémon Hatterene. Hatterene can either use Light Screen or Aromatic Mist for special defense coverage. It can use Live Dew to keep everyone healthy and Nuzzle to paralyze Charizard. Additionally, it can always help others with Misty Terrain, or it can attack with Mystical Fire, which also lowers Charizard's special attack. For the perfect support, give the Witch and the green Pokémon a calm nature and allocate EVs to max HP and special defense. Teach Alchemy the moves Decorate, Fake Tears, Misty Terrain and Light Screen. For Hatterene, teach it the moves Mystical Fire, Misty Terrain, Live Dew and Nuzzle. Mystical Fire can always be replaced with Light Screen if you don't want to teach her an egg move. Another Pokemon that can work perfectly in team is Primarina. It's the perfect balance between support and attacker, making it ideal in team. I'm even pretty sure that this Pokemon can also hold its own against Charizard. Primarina can attack with Moonblast, while Draining Kiss is also an option to keep your HP in check. It can also buff itself with Calm Mind and protect allies with Light Screen and Misty Terrain. Additionally, Primarina can use moves like Rain Dance to weaken Charizard's Fire-type attacks. An Icy Wind to deal damage while also lowering Charizard's speed stat. Primarina might also be better off with the Stellar Terra type. Lastly, we have added a few more Pokemon options to the description down below, with some extra build options you can use against Charizard, including Pokemon like Grimmsnarl, Dashbun, and not to forget Azumarill. As always, I'm Jonny and I'll catch you all next time. See ya!